Hi, my name is Ben Mounts. I'm a physics teacher at Downingtown East High School in Exton, Pennsylvania, and I'm also an Apple Distinguished Educator. And this is my classroom. Actually, it's not. It's just my home office. Pretty ordinary, really, nothing special about it. But this is where I create my flipped classroom content, and I'm able to push it out so that my students can view it either inside or outside of the classroom. So I'm going to show you a little bit today about how to create flipped classroom content, starting with the tools of the trade. You may have heard the term flipped classroom, and it can take a number of different shapes and forms. The form in which I'm going to be describing today, or which I use in my classroom, is where traditional lecture-based content is taken and made available outside of the classroom. Like, for example, notes, writing notes, or doing problems like I do in physics. I can do that in video form, so students can watch that outside of the classroom. And then, when they come into the classroom, that freed up lecture time can be used for homework or other hands-on stuff where the teacher can assist. So that's where the flipped part comes, hence the name, the flipped classroom. So I'd like to show you how I do, or how I set up some of my flipped classroom content. A little bit of a disclaimer: this is by no means the authoritative version. I am, like I said, an Apple Distinguished Educator, and glad to be, and I'm partial to Macs. This is going to be basically a Mac-based tutorial, but this can be conceivably done on any operating system using similar tools. So first, the tools of the trade. What you're probably seeing right here is my desktop, and I'm running a MacBook Pro. It's 2011 year, and it's running the Mountain Lion operating system. Even so, you should be able to do this on one or two or even three operating systems old, and doesn't nearly have to have the newness that my laptop has. I've been doing this for a number of years on older operating systems, and they still work fine. I do, however, have a good deal of RAM in mine, and I'll address that a little bit later, but in short, the more RAM, the better. Secondly, I want to show you my Bamboo, or my Wacom is the company. Bamboo is the name of the writing tablet, and you may have seen me waving this around. This is my stylus that I write with. This basically replaces my mouse. Think about it. If you want to write on your computer, just try imagining doing that with a mouse in the palm of your hand. It's very difficult. Even with a trackpad on a laptop, it's not very easy. Of course, we've all tried doing those supermarket checkout sign with the pen. That's hard enough, but writing with a mouse or a trackpad is difficult. This is very easy to get used to. There's a bit of a learning curve using a pen tablet, but it comes very quickly and enables you to write very fluidly on your laptop with the right program. Thirdly, a USB microphone. Now, this isn't really crucial because most laptops have built-in microphones, but they tend to be located in kind of awkward places and don't necessarily pick you up the best that they could. I like for my screencast to have as clear and crisp of sound as possible. And what I'm using right now is a USB microphone by a company called Blue. They tend to specialize in USB microphones, and it looks a little bit like R2-D2 a little bit. But you'll see as I turn this around, my voice gets louder and softer. This is, among other things, a unidirectional mic, so that I can set this so it will pick up sound only from the front, only from where I'm speaking. So if my dogs come into my office here, and again, I'm doing this from home, you won't pick their sound up, or you won't pick up the sound from the floor fan over there. You'll pick up just the sound from me. So a USB mic, is it crucial? No. To me, I think it is, because I want really good quality sound. It becomes laborsome to hear bad quality muffled sound, especially if you're going to be doing this repeatedly, delivering these screencasts, delivering multiple ones of them. So I mentioned before the computer that I'm using. It's a MacBook Pro. I have a lot of RAM in it, and I do that because as you're recording the screen, it needs a lot of RAM to record everything on the screen and turn that into a video. Even so, you can do with as little probably as 2 gigs of RAM, which means your laptop, your Mac laptop, can be several years old. But 4 gigs of RAM is good. 8 is even better. The more the better for the RAM. Okay, that's it for the hardware. That's really all you need. A pen tablet, and even the microphone isn't absolutely necessary, but the pen tablet, if you want to write like you do in class, you absolutely need the pen tablet. But as for the hardware, that's it. How about the software now? There's only a few programs really that you would need to do a screencast where you're writing and you're speaking. The first of which is free. I have QuickTime Player right here, and if I right click on it, you can see right here, actually I can't highlight it, but right below where it's highlighted, it says new screen recording. It's grayed out because I'm currently recording this screen right here, so I can't start a new recording. But if you right click on that, do new screen recording, it'll give you the option to record either the whole screen or part of the screen, and that's free. Now this is QuickTime Player 10. If I go to I go to QuickTime, about QuickTime Player. This is version 10.2 right here. You can go as early as version 10 and it will still have that feature, so you can record the screen. And I recommend doing it. That's one less program that would have to be purchased to record the screen. Secondly, and this is crucial, some sort of a writing program. I don't mean a typing writing program. I mean an actual program where it will recognize a pen tablet or a stylus. A lot of your notes may be in PowerPoint format or Keynote format, and they have little sketch functions, but they don't really have the ability to write fluidly. I want to show you a program called Photoshop Elements, which you should be able to use. Oops, I have these backwards here. And I'm going to show you how to use to write in. I'll create a new layer right here. This is Photoshop Elements. It's a great program for editing photos, as the name would suggest. But I have right here what looks like a blank background, but it's really got kind of a faint grid on it because I like to have straight lines. But I can write my name. Physics is what I teach, and screencast. I did that in a matter of seconds, and the same amount of time it would take me to write it with a regular pen and paper. Again, like I said before, imagine doing that with a mouse in the palm of your hand or with a touchpad on a laptop. You can't really do that. This is crucial to be able to write in Photoshop Elements. So now it's just simply a matter of bringing our notes into Photoshop Elements, bringing them into a document like this, and being able to mark them up just the way we would do that in class. So I'm going to turn off that layer for the time being. This is Photoshop Elements. The reason I suggest this is because, number one, you can oftentimes get this free if you buy a pen tablet, or if your school district issues you a pen tablet. The software that came with it should have Photoshop Elements on it. Even if you don't have access to Photoshop Elements, maybe you do have a pen tablet but you don't have Photoshop Elements, it is oftentimes offered as a free trial version, so you can try it for 30 or 60 days and see if you like it. But I'm going to be using Photoshop Elements. This is our medium in which we write. Just simply a matter now of bringing our notes in, bringing our content in, and writing on it. And it doesn't have to be Photoshop Elements. There are other writing programs. For example, if you use an interactive board, a smart board, a Promethean board, they come with software that lets you write on them. So you could do that with a pen tablet and have your writing show up. But I like using Photoshop Elements. And finally, I'm going to show you iMovie. This is another free program if you're using a Mac. It should come installed on your Mac, or if it's at all recent in the last couple of years. iMovie is a very simple video editing program. So let's say, like I'm doing now, I'm recording the screen. I'm showing you what's happening on the screen. Maybe I'm in Photoshop. I'm marking things up. Oops. Yes. I'm writing my name again. Okay. This gets turned into a video when you get done screencasting. Remember, down to QuickTime Player, I could stop screencasting right now and your movie would be over, but that's what I would do to stop it. And then that raw video file would be brought into iMovie, and that's where you could trim it, you could edit, you could cut it up, and I'll show you how to do that in subsequent videos as well. But to do Flipped Classroom, to create Flipped Classroom content, it only requires a few tools, and hopefully these tools are readily accessible for you. But these are the tools I'm going to be demonstrating with, and I hope you find it useful. So I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and that's where we're actually going to get into the creating and marking up of content, and then pushing that out to be delivered to our students. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.